And we are back.
And triggering a cutscene. Oh, hey, Moki.
When darkness came, Moki came to check the Mouldwood Depths, but the gate was closed.
Closed.
Now Koalak has sent us to open it for you because a light was lost inside. A light like yours.
Get in there, little light.
Little. Little light. It is dark. Maybe we can find it if you shine bright enough.
Yeah, you dingus. Shine
Maybe.
brighter. Oh, God. Yep. Break its arms.
Do you think in the darkness we're gonna find spiders?
I don't know.
We'll wait for you. Keep out of the darkness. It bites. Oh boy.
It skitters and bites and all those good stuff.
Oh boy. I don't want to go play with anything that skitters and bites. All right, so
We already went in that lawyer.
I just want to make sure that there's not. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like any dirt or whatever like that we needed to get to.
And lo and behold, the next spot in our quest.
Yep. We'll get the seed next time, guys.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other things to kind of explore, but I really just want to get the ground pound so we're...
I do too, yeah. So we can just have it out of the way.
Because it feels like the second act is a little bit concise slash...
It's going to be a lot more open, I think, for the second act about which way we want to go.
Oh! The thing, like, we did one of the big areas, and now we have another big area. Because it feels like we've discovered most of the map that they're going to give us before we unlock the next portion of the map by getting Wisps.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to get all 3 of the Wisps before it opens up to Act 3.
Yeah, and then I think Act 3 will be... And who knows how long Act 3 will be.
Yup.
Either way, this game's had good pacing so far.
Crap, that's what I wanted to get up to. Damn it. Hit me.
Yeah, you're trying to get that thing.
Yeah. Up here, whatever it is. There we go.
There you go.
Mun-muns!
Gonna need some more of that.
I need some mun-muns. Oh, oh, oh. They shoot so fast. Oh, God.
There you go. 2 in the ground.
It gives you, it times you off for how long you can... Oh, aha! How long you can really aim it and time it, and since you spin it around the outside, it really if you're trying to do minute details, it's hard.
It's really difficult, yeah.
Oh,
Kind of like how someone told me you could freaking lock on in Nier Automata.
it don't matter. What the hell? Oh, you can walk on those. Oh, Gorlek.
Gorlagor.
That's pretty tight. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna have
nice
to try
have.
that out. God, I can't believe there's a lock on. I could have sworn I hit the button, but like there's a lock on in that mode. God damn it. This is where the eyes of the forest sank into the sightless night. These woods were always dark, but the decay made their darkness deeper and more dangerous.
There's a big ass fucking cockroach. Oh nope, that's a spider.
Sora!
I thought it was a big old cockroach in the back.
No.
Nope.
Had the kids freak out the other day.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, it lights your path, so float with it.
Oh. I imagine this is going to be Deep Nest.
Yeah. Deep Nest was fun.
Crap. Oh.
Yeah, I imagine
Got
if you
it.
go into the darkness, it's instant death.
I imagine things are like trying to attack you or kill
Until
you or
you
something like
get
that
your
until you
own.
figure it out. Oops. Oh yeah, it vibrates on you when you start going into the darkness.
So I said, you can still see, but this seems to be like, oh, this just guides you out.
Yeah, this one does. Let's check the map.
There's
Nope,
definitely
there was more stuff back there. Yeah.
Well,
My light.
you might get a light power up here that protects you. So I just keep on going this way until we can go back.
Dang it! I wanted my. There we go. There we go. Interesting. I want to go check that area again one more time. Oh crap. There we go. There we go. I want to check that light power up one more time down here because there was sections that I completely missed. Ew. Ew, the springy ground.
Mm-hmm. It's not the first time.
Yep. It's underwater. Yep. Nope. Can't do that.
Controller starts vibrating like crazy.
Yeah, it starts going like. It's like, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Kill that wall really quick.
Can't go through it.
Yeah.
Have to go through around the other side. Ow. Wow, that's instant death.
Well,
yeah, we can't go around until the other side.
you got to go underwater for that.
We must need a light for it.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get out of in that darkness, it just kills you.
Yeah, it looks like it gives you a very brief window to get back.
Mm-hmm.
This game is all about that, honestly. It feels like, oh yeah, the threat's gonna be from doing a mechanic wrong.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy too, because one of the achievements is go through the game without dying. It's like
Steel Soul mode.
You need some serious skill sets with that. I need one more keystone fragment.
I believe it, but it doesn't seem too impossible. I don't.
Oh, it doesn't. But yeah, there's a lot of like just, oh, you goofed up like this. Just could be an instant death. It's like, oh,
you
man.
you have
gotta
to
everything.
know the game inside and out.
Look at the fucking nasty background with the
Yeah.
wings all like formed
it.
into the ground.
Like I said earlier, and they've continued to do so, they've done a very good job this time around of making things far more distinct and having certain color palettes. I do think sometimes they still overdo the bloom. But,
it is very bloomy. That's kind of what it is, right?
and that's fine. Like, that's an artistic choice. It's not that it's bad. I personally just don't like that much bloom.
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot.
But
Okay.
that being said, they have done a much, can't even praise it more, better job of making the areas feel the same. Because honestly, for the first Ori game, I didn't really feel like the areas were that distinct. That was one of the biggest strengths of Hollow Knight, like we talked before, is everything visually in that game, you know all those areas are separate. It's really easy to tell.
I don't want to kill this thing because it's my light.
From the hive to you know, going into deepness, like everything has a visual language and a color palette that doesn't get reused anywhere else. The Crystal Mines, there's no other place in that game that uses purple like that.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you, man.
So
I 100% agree with you. No, I think they're starting to do it a lot better in this.
Oh, way
They're definitely
better.
not Hollow Knight level, but that's something that's hard to ask.
This is,
You
they
know?
also run into a, the reason why it's easier almost to do in Hollow Knight versus this, remember you can grapple that and pull it
Yeah, I
towards
was
you.
trying to get close enough to get it. I really should have been able to grab it to pull that light.
You're still getting used to it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's a different mechanic each place, which is very cool. Hollow Knight doesn't quite do that, where it's a different mechanic each
Hollow
section.
Knight is
this
very-
one really does have like a different mechanic each time.
No, this game is more mechanic heavy, whereas Hollow Knight is more of the vein of like Metroids. Where it's like, you'll get a power up and like it'll kind of slightly change, but the core of what a Metroid is like it is from the very beginning of the game. You just get more mobility and more weapons. That's really the only thing that changes in those games.
A lot of this is you have to deal with the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot less of that in Hollow Knight. Oh,
no.
Fuck me.
Yeah, the
Fuck
gameplay
me.
in this stuff is good, and I love what they've done in this one. What did we get out of this? Just that thing?
Oh, fuck. We gotta follow this guy all the way back to do something.
He
Okay.
just brings us back. There was nothing there.
Well, I guess that was all of it. Well, that was our second, what do you call it, piece?
Oh, never mind. You got a piece.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I got one of the
I know
pieces.
people say like, "Oh, you're not paying attention." It's like, it's not that I'm not paying attention, but when you have a conversation and you're trying to think of topics, I'm not playing it too.
It's also you're not playing it, which is the biggest problem. If like watching you play Nier
Automata.
it's like I don't know the difference between pod programs and shit because they don't mean anything to me because
No,
I'm
they
not
don't.
playing.
And even though you're
anyone else who
watching
has
it-
already been playing is already like, oh no, it's easy, you understand it. It's like it's not if you're not the one playing.
If you're not the one playing, there's a huge disconnect. And you know, if you ever sit with a friend and like watch them play through a game, there's a huge disconnect between you playing the game and understanding it and then watching it. You can watch the whole thing, but because you're not controlling it, you have to go with a basic assumption where it's like, all right, there's something I'm missing.
You also don't understand the mechanics as well either because of that. Because you're like, well, can you jump with, certain things?
Yeah, and even though in your mind, like, you've already done it before, you got to remember that, like, oh, right, they don't know that I've already
they don't
thought of
understand that this is how this mechanic works.
You
or
got to
anything like
verbalize that shit.
Yep. Come on.
But yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with what Ori has done with its art direction. It's not that it was bad in the first one. For those of you that
No,
were
no,
like,
of course not.
yeah, just prefacing that, Ori had good art direction in the first one. They've just done a better job of making
It's vastly
more
better
distinct.
too, and that's what's the crazy thing.
But the
it's
reason
like,
why
holy crap, they really increased it on this one.
one of the reasons why, you know, Hollow Knight, I think, succeeds even still a little bit better than what Ori does in terms of like making the world more visually distinct. One, they're not as painterly, and that makes it like they use very dramatic shapes and very like distinct shape language for Hollow Knight that doesn't change too much. So that makes it a little bit easier, but and like less detail, so they just make it more distinct, less focal background too.
Yeah, this is a lot of overwhelming.
This is very much
the other
Secret of
one with
Nim.
Hollow Knight is a lot of black where color is necessary.
These guys are flexing. They're flexing fucking hard.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
they are.
and why not? If you have the team to do it, go for it. But this very much feels like a bold animated film like Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
Or some of those Don Bluth films from back in the day type of deal.
Can I?
Which,
There we go.
honestly, I think Secret of Nim's the only Don Bluth film I really like. I think Rockadoodle Doo's okay. I like that one a
I
bit.
love Rockadoodle.
But I think those are the only two I really like. Everything else is just kind of,
I love
Secret of Nim.
Rockadoodle.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
It
Rocket.
does it for me.
It's Rockadoodle, and then it's like Secret of Nim. Like, I really like Secret of Nim, and I like Rockadoodle, but it's kind of it. Like the rest of Don Bluth's films
There
just
we
never
go.
really did it for me. He over animates a lot.
It is a flex.
Yeah.
This is a flex. It really is. Of course. I don't have the ground pound, so I can't.
So you can't break it. You got to get it in this area.
I have to, yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, this area is a lot of decay, so it makes sense to me that it would be.
I think you need to go to your left.
I do. I'm trying. I need to go like this and then go across. It's hard to figure out what side you're going to be on
Well, no,
when
that's
you
what I
drop.
meant. I think there's a ground pound
Oh,
here,
I thought you were
too.
saying on the other side of the.
No, I don't think you can get any of this
You're
right
right.
yet.
Wow. I must get it this way.
I know I get my directions wrong a bunch of times, but that time it was actually right.
No, you were
Yeah.
right. I thought you were talking about a different, not a different left, obviously, but like, I thought you were talking about you need to be on the left side of the
You
thing.
need to
And
be on
I
the
was
left
like,
side
no,
of the screen.
because I can't go through it.
Right.
So I'm like, well, which side am I going to be on? Well, what the hell?
I think you just go
I don't
through-
have light.
Just dash through to the light on the ground. So,
Okay. Okay. Can I send it up to destroy that wall?
no.
I doubt it too, but like, yeah.
I think you just gotta kill this guy first, and then you can do other stuff.
Ooh. It's hard because
Wow,
the
he is-
travel he moves right after you launch it too, because you freeze time, but then he moves immediately after.
He's got
see?
a lot of wiggle and dodge abilities. I don't
Yeah.
envy you with trying to hit that guy.
It's
Jump over and just get to that other part real quick.
oh, there we go. So that's what we're doing. It's not a ground pound. It's trying to release light for us to travel through this area.
It's not
You see
sand.
you see the bug in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really good
That's
flex.
what it is. It's not a.
I'm really impressed by the field of depth in this game. And like I said, they've done a much better job with enemies, and they're easier to see.
Oh,
so,
and I love the sword mechanics too.
I just always get bummed out when like certain people don't bother to point out like, well, if you're gonna have criticism, it's like that's fine, but also remember to point out what's good. Like, good criticism should be able to point out what's good and what's bad about something, and not just be like, this is shit. We don't-
It's visually stunning. In a video game, though, it can be a bit much.
Yeah, don't need
That's all.
any nostalgia critics in here.
I haven't watched any nostalgia critic. I've seen a lot of his cringy,
My friend liked
His
him a
cringy
lot
shit.
back in the day.
but I don't know if it's him making that cringy shit. Fuck, that's not enough.
And he toted him for a while. I don't know if he still likes him, but man, I saw his hot take on Spider-Man the other day. I was like, that's a bad take, man. I'm sorry. It was something about like,
Shit.
I think it was like the Aunt May scene, Peter Parker 2. Like the only thing he had kind of,
Damn it.
Peter Parker 2, Spider-Man 2, same thing.
Yeah.
About like how the Aunt May scene goes on for like way too long. So it's like, yeah, pacing's kind of off, but like also fundamentally that's so much part of his character. You're good in that little. If you
Yeah,
hang
it's
out
just
here.
it's trying to figure out where I gotta land.
Yeah,
'Cause
so you
this
can
is all
land on
spikes.
this.
Does this not release my little spike
No,
spider
it's
buddy or
literally
my little bug
just-
buddy?
There you go. And then go to the left.
Fucking-
right. There you go. Hang out here for a second.
Yeah.
Go up. Yeah, go up.
I don't know
there.
where the walls are, so it's like, what do I do?
Pull
I was trying to hit it.
I know, it's tough.
Hit it. There we go.
And then just wait for it to come back first. Oh, risky, but you got it.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is going to be just
Oh,
running.
good. Save point. Nice.
I don't think I'm going to get a glow ability. I think it's just going to be that hard.
I think it's just going to be that because now the more you look at it, you're like,
God
all
damn.
right, maybe something else will pop. But how do you get those things? Maybe something else will happen.
I
Shoot it with an arrow?
Shoot with an arrow.
Yeah.
There we
Follow
go.
it through.
That's how I get through this area.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand how I would possibly get this stuff. I think because I have the triple jump and it doesn't really expect me to have it yet.
They have
or
to
it doesn't
build up.
rely it on it yet.
It can't because all the mechanics in the game can't. All that extra stuff has to be optional.
Yeah.
It can't be necessary. I think the triple jump is just there to be like,
Shit,
you know,
I
if
think I
you need
missed something.
an extra jump,
I did
this can
miss
help.
something. Damn it.
You could die.
I'm gonna have to do this over
Just
again.
kill
now.
yourself.
Well, I don't know what that's gonna do with the firefly. I don't
Probably
have
just respawn.
I don't have any more of those orbs.
Well, this is gonna wrap around,
Yeah.
so looks like we need 2 more of those locking keys in order to get it.
Yep.
It was kind of funny. I listen to the Giant
There's
Bombcast
one.
every now and then.
Yep.
And when they were every year when they would do E3, which is obviously not happening this year.
No. Shit. Where you going, buddy?
Every time during E3 when they go through breaks, they would occasionally have like free licensed music to play for it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was called Lockdown.
Just recently or what?
No, it's just that was something that they'd always play, and I went to like, oh shit, I wonder if anyone's thought of this yet, because we're in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
and
we're in the Bay Area lockdown. Yeah.
And Giant Bomb they're from San Francisco. So I was like, oh shit, has anyone posted this on Reddit? I gotta. Fuck. Someone beat me an hour ahead of time. I was like, damn it. It's like another Bay Area resident was like, shit, I'm in there with you, brother. Like I understand that.
Grab it.
And then now it's all over. A couple people
that's
like,
not a.
they're like, now that we're in an actual lockdown, can I just find my forever loop for the
lockdown?
for the lockdown song?
Oh shit. Yeah, no going that way.
I sent that to my brother this morning because he's
funny.
down in SoCal and they haven't done that yet. But I gotta imagine it's a matter of time.
I mean, it will be. We're
Yeah.
just in the heaviest portion of it right now. That's right. This guy doesn't go up yet.
And LA was already closing all the schools, so it's like trajectory-wise, it's like they're just as big as SF. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing. So I was telling my buddy Hector, because we were messaging, I was like, yeah, you should probably like stock up on shit, as well, just because it's probably if it happened up here. And it seems to be spreading around the counties.
Yeah.
Up here in the north, it's like they're probably going to do that too. They may not do it for like the small northern cities and whatnot, but they might do it there too, because why not?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I just feel like it's going to be a thing. Though I did see. Actually, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. Easy with the YouTube. They're gonna bust our chaps. Our
Yeah.
chops.
Find a
They're gonna
different
chap our
topic.
chops if we do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We talk. I don't know what they're triggering right
I don't know
now.
what the keywords are either, too. I wonder how long though they're gonna be holding on to that.
I don't know.
'Cause
Everything's on an automated service currently right now because they don't have enough people to manually do
manual
everything.
it. Yeah, I get not
Oh,
wanting
that's
to
just way
spread.
back. Dang it.
I get not wanting to spread misinformation, but at the same time, like. It's like there's not a lot to talk about, like especially for sports stuff.
Yeah.
I do find that interesting because
Well, they're giving an okay to some people.
that's true. Maybe they're giving okays
Just not
to
us.
The Ringer and ESPN and shit to be able to talk about it in sports and
Dang it.
news websites.
Dang it, come on. Heap, hop, heap. There we go. And other people like Colbert and the other talk show hosts and stuff.
Yeah, because
know?
like that's the things like I'm like I wonder when they're gonna go back. Like obviously they can't do a crew, but Conan does his podcast. Will Colbert and them
Damn
just
it.
like maybe start a podcast and do them remotely? You know,
I don't have the slightest clue.
like I think it'd be great if they got Colbert, Seth Meyers, and John Oliver just to have a podcast.
Well, the only problem is that you can't have them together because they're you know.
I mean, I know they're conflicting, but like,
Well, you can't have them together because
no, but
of the self-quarantine.
Do it remotely though.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're all in, I mean, you just do it over like Discord or something.
Bam Bam
like,
style.
Exactly, yeah. Like I think that'd be hilarious, and just having them do a podcast and then just get one of their producers to do it remotely. Like they would just record it and then send it off, because you can do that. Like Bam Bam does it.
Yeah,
so,
you can.
I think that'd be fucking hilarious. I don't know, contractually, I don't
Probably
know
not,
if they
yeah.
can, because I remember when Conan lost his gig at NBC, like
He was set to not
he had like
have
a
to work with other
year
people.
he couldn't do stuff, but that's how he did the live show, because that was like a loophole. He was
Really?
allowed to do that, but he couldn't appear on television. But it's not on television, and John Oliver is guested on Colbert
How?
and stuff, so
You imagine it's
they
the
might
case.
be able
God damn
to.
it,
I
God
feel
damn it.
like a lot of that stuff is a lot more lax than it used to be, because like even like
Fuck.
on ESPN and stuff like that, occasionally like Rachel Nichols and other people will go on like
I must need to go up here.
different podcasts for like The Ringer and stuff. Like they're not affiliated with Disney.
Yeah.
So it feels like more and more of that stuff is kind of loosening, where it's like she can only appear on, you know, Disney affiliate stuff for TV, but if it's outside of TV,
Yeah,
and
like
it's a
interviews and
podcast,
stuff. I'm
interviews,
sure
like
it's different. Yeah.
you're completely fine. So if you're listening, John Oliver or Colbert or Seth Meyers, which I don't know why you would. Seth Meyers is a huge comic
I
book
know
geek.
why you would. Cause yeah.
We'll just keep saying Blue Beetle a bunch of times, and then eventually
it will summon him.
It'll summon Seth Meyers, and it'll be like, quick, someone's talking about Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. And then maybe he'll hear this. It's like,
I
dude,
want that.
yeah, I don't know how you get that.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's got to be something around
I love
here.
that he's a comic book geek, and I love that that's his avatar on Twitter is just the Blue
Is
Beetle.
it on Twitter?
Yeah, his Twitter icon for Seth Meyers is Blue Beetle.
Damn it.
When I first saw it, I was like, wait, it's a Blue Beetle icon. That can't be the same Seth Meyers.
Damn it.
And then finding out like his favorite, like one of his favorite comic book runs is that 80s Booster Gold.
He did talk about that. Yeah.
Seth Meyers, but I didn't know about it at the time. And I think maybe that's underlying like one of the reasons why I kind of like him so much. Like he's a geek just like me in the same ways. I'm like, yeah.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I don't watch any of the Blue Beetle stuff, but I remember him talking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Or I don't like
Haven't read it,
ingest
yeah.
any of it.
I know a
God
lot
damn
of it just because I really liked Booster Gold back in
God damn it.
when they started bringing Booster Gold into Justice League Unlimited back then. So like when I started learning more about Booster Gold, I started learning more about Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle is a very obscure comic book character. He's come back more like, if you know Jaime Reyes, sure, but
Do not.
the Blue Beetle that is current, like I mean the Blue Beetle that Seth
damn it.
Meyers likes is
Classic one.
he's more classic. He's like Ted Kord, I believe. So he's the second Blue Beetle, because there's been like 3 of them. I believe the first
That's a
one
lot
started.
of Beatles.
I believe the first incarnation was in the Charleston comics before they were bought up by DC back in like the 40s. It might not have been he might not have been a Charleston character,
Come on.
but I think he was.
Come on.
Because fun fact, something that you would actually
Oh,
recognize.
shit, dude.
So, Blue Beetle was the original inspiration, from what I remember. Now, someone can correct me if I'm wrong.
How dare
But Night Owl for Watchmen, because Watchmen characters were originally supposed to be just Justice League characters. They were the Charleston comic characters. Like Rorschach was the Question. Blue Beetle was Night Owl. But when Alan Moore wrote his story, they were like, you can't do that to these characters.
I'm unaware of all of that. Like I'm not even like super into like Watchmen and stuff like that. Like I didn't
So,
watch the show. God, this place is nasty.
But yeah, like Dave Gibbons and
come
Alan
on.
Moore, when they were creating it, like they were like, well, we need to do something with these Charleston characters we bought. And like they set Alan Moore to write a story about those characters.
When you say Charleston,
Charleston was a comic book company. So
Okay.
they were like Marvel or DC, but much smaller.
Uh-huh.
So they had a stable of characters that DC eventually bought.
Okay.
And brought into the full brand. Kind of like a few years ago, back in the day when Jim Lee left Marvel Comics, he was doing X-Men. He was really well known for that. He made the iconic designs that you saw in the 90s TV show.
Okay.
he made Wildstorm Comics and had his own characters and whatnot. And then a few years ago, it got bought up by DC, so the Wildstorm universe merged with the DC universe.
Interesting. I'm not aware of like fucking any of that.
Yeah, same idea. So back in the day, like comic book characters we bought up. So you know Static Shock, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of him. Yeah.
So Static Shock
I
was part.
I don't like watch his.
No, yeah, but you're at
watch
least
his show or anything.
you're
like
at least aware of the character.
Yeah.
So the character of Static Shock, along with a bunch of other characters, were created by Dwayne McDuffie and Milestone Comics, I believe, which is a
damn it.
which was an initiative created by a bunch of African American and Black creators because they felt like they were being underutilized, like they weren't seeing themselves represented in comics.
Yeah.
So they made Milestone Comics, and they did a bunch of characters like that. And eventually, DC bought Static Shock, and they bought those characters up a while ago, and then they eventually got merged into the DC lore and all that stuff. So every once in a while, I'm not sure how much Marvel has done, but DC
That's how you open that area.
DC was pretty prevalent. They bought a handful. Like they bought Wildstorm. They bought
And Wildstorm is like comic people?
It was
Or the people who made it?
It was
or
a
what?
very small thing. So back in the day, you know,
Damn it.
you know, like Deadpool and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So Deadpool was created by a jerk,
Damn it.
but whatever his name is. There was
A jerk.
let me use a better example. So you know Todd McFarlane who created Spawn, right?
I am not aware of that, but yeah,
you know who
I can
Spawn
understand
is?
that, and I know who Spawn is, yeah.
Yeah, so like Jim Lee, Todd
hell.
McFarlane, and the guy that helped co-create Deadpool, Rod Liefeld. If you've ever seen those really terrible Captain America drawing where it's like his chest is all the way out forward.
Yeah, he's got a fucking super barrel chest.
That's by Rob Liefeld.
Okay.
And I've talked to a bunch of people in my circle of friends that have met him, and they have not had nice things to say about him.
He a bad boy.
Yeah, just not a lot of love by people that were like have been around for like a long time in the industry. It was just like, ooh. But anyways, I digress. Basically,
How dare
they
you
felt
digress.
underserved at Marvel. They were like, people are buying it for our art, and we're not feel like we're getting the due because we're working on these characters that we may love, but we want more out of life. So they made their own comic brand together as a core group of like 5 or 6 of them, and it really shook up the comic book industry.
And
Wildstorm was one of the products
okay.
of that kind of core like art renaissance of comics.
Okay. So it was like a rights fight type of thing.
Yeah, kind of. They just like they wanted to do their own stuff, and they were like, "Fuck it! Why are we trying to get Marvel to make our stuff? Let's just go make our own, so we own the characters."
Yeah, that would make sense, right? Oop, shit.
Nice
Fuck.
job. Oh, it's Map Maker.
Oh, God.
He said he wasn't going to come in here.
Hey, how the fuck did you even get here?
Hi, does this place give you the creeps, or is it just me?
Oh my god.
On one hand, the darkness that came with the decay sure is eerie. On the other, I think I prefer the dark to whatever it's hiding.
Yeah.
Can I purchase a map for about $125?
Fuck yes.
Much obliged. Milkman chipped me earlier with his daily delivery. He was supposed to give me 3 bottles. He only gave me 1.5 and said, "Too bad, sucker."
That helps out so much right there.
Well, now we know the full extent of this area too, which is nice.
It's just memorizing it is going to be, oh, come on. It's going to be near impossible. Come on.
Yeah.
Fucking help me up.
But guys, this is why I forget things about Pokemon. I have all this other knowledge that's trapped up in my head too, and it gets kind of confused. Like, I got a lot of useless facts about a lot of shit. And occasionally things just fall to the wayside.
I used to have coworkers that go, I'll forget more than you'll ever remember. I was like, no, you're just fucking old and senile.
I might be that too, but
You said it, not me. Joking. Spirit Surge. You get a new Spirit Shard. Deal more damage the more Spirit Light you have. Oh, come on. Let me up on top. And then drop it. There we go.
But yeah, I can remember a lot of shit, but like Pokemon for some reason just, I don't know why, I never paid too much attention to a lot
This
of
is
it.
a lot of shit's changed.
A lot of shit has
Is that
changed,
not gonna
but
fill in? Oh, because I died. Does that not count?
yeah, it doesn't count, I don't think. But there's also,
Oh, It didn't count.
Oh, yeah.
Crap, man. That sucks.
So write that down, and I think you just... Oh, barely. See all the save icons, so you're good.
Yeah, so now that it filled in, that means I need to get all the way up over here.
Yeah, we'll have to explore that thing.
Yeah, we got to get over
Get
here
over to the left, too. We got a lot to do.
We got a lot to do in this darkness. It's scary in the darkness, too. It's like, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember
it doesn't
the
let
last game that
doesn't let
did
you
this
really
mechanic
know
for
the
me.
area that well. Fuck. Yeah. It's like, where am I going to land? What am I going to bounce off of? So you have to have, like, super quick reaction times to get everything.
Well, you've already been that way with the map, guys, so you don't need to go there.
Ooh, down to the darkness.
And then just
See
go
if I
up.
can find another spot.
You should be
There
fine.
we go.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I need to get that thing out. Crap. Nope, nope, nope. Here's what I need.
Well, remember, you can also jump to the other side and then pull it down, so then you have a blockade as well.
It's hard to know where, because it has so much wiggle mechanics. It's hard to know what side you're going to end up on. And then if these guys are just going to continue spreading,
No, I think
it's
it's
like
smart
I
to
need to
get
get
rid
them
of
the
it.
hell out of the way before I can do too much else. There we go.
All right.
Let me get it. See how it like wiggles? It's like, what side am I gonna get up on? Oh, 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 oh. Come on. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, I need to get up into here. Give me that. Go back down into the light.
Nice.
Bounce off of it. And shit. Were you the light? No, that's the light.
There you
Ooh, bioluminescence. I hate it. We'll see you guys later when we're gonna search out to the right section, and then we'll make a whole round trip.
Laters.
Bye, guys. Beep up.
The will of the wisps. 3 wisps remain unfound.
I'm glad we have an idea of how much is around now, so we can kind of plan out what we need to do.
And this all ends in this area, so once we're done here, we're done here.
Yeah, that is
It
nice.
feels like there's a race section too. That's gonna be fucking bonkers.
You don't have to do